Hello guys, and welcome to my next tachograph tutorial video. I hope you are well, and I hope you haven't got any unnecessary fines since my last video. In this short video we are going to speak about the weekly rest, about the regular weekly rest. As a driver you cannot take that break in the vehicle. So that means if you want to take at least 45 hours or more, you cannot take that break in the vehicle. But where can you do that? I'm going to answer this question. Also, I will answer the question whether what does it mean suitable accommodation? And also, I am going to answer the question whether who has to pay the accommodation, and we will see the Q&A section from the EU. Okay, let's just jump to the usual website, which is www.transportcommunity.eu. The usual way to do that is transport, road transport, and tachograph regulations. Today we need two files. The first one, of course, the 561 from 2006, and of course again amended version. And the next one is the Q&A file, which is the mobility package, social rules, questions and answers. And if we go to the 561 just to see what exactly the regulation says, the regular weekly rest, so this is the first one, the regular weekly rest is at least 45 hours or more, so that's the regular weekly rest. And also, if you have a weekly rest period of more than 45 hours taken in compensation for previous reduced weekly rest periods. So in English that means if you want to take a reduced weekly rest, but you also want to compensate a previous reduced weekly rest, so you can do so. And if altogether the reduced weekly rest and the compensation is more than 45 hours, then you cannot take that break in the vehicle. And the regulation says they shall be taken in a suitable gender-friendly accommodation with adequate sleeping and sanitary facilities. And we are going to see what does it mean, gender-friendly accommodation. But before we do that, one more information and one question is just answered. Any costs for accommodation outside the vehicle shall be covered by the employer. So that's not you as a driver, but the employer has to pay the accommodation if you have to do that outside the vehicle. And now let's jump to the other file, which is the QA. The European Commission has answered few questions because it was not clear to people in the transport industry what does it gender-friendly accommodation means. So as I said before, if you want to take a regular weekly rest of at least 45 hours, it must be taken in a suitable gender-friendly accommodation. And the problem is, as you see the answer, there is no definition nor a list of criteria to define the notion of suitable accommodation in the legislation, and it's important to leave flexibility on the type of accommodation that drivers may use. So that means, for instance, any sleeping facilities, hotel, motel, rental apartment or a private home would be okay and must be okay, as there's no, as I said before, there is no definition or a list of criteria to define suitable accommodation. And the next question, what evidence should the driver present to a controller to prove that he or she has not spent the regular week rest in the truck, but in a suitable accommodation? And the straight answer, drivers or employers can only be fined for non-compliance with the prohibition of taking the regular weekly rest in the vehicle when their drivers are caught having a regular weekly rest inside the vehicle at the time of the control. So that means, as you see here, you don't need to prove as you took the regular weekly rest outside the vehicle. So enforcers cannot require from drivers documents proving that their regular weekly rest preceding the roadside inspection wasn't spent in the vehicle. So no hotel bills, no any documents. You don't need any documents just to prove you didn't take that break in the vehicle. And also, that's a good question, and actually this is my favorite question. So they have to catch you. That means if you take a regular weekly rest inside the vehicle at the time of the control, so that means they have to check you while you take your weekly rest. So that means legally they have to break your weekly rest just to do the control. And what does it mean? Actually, if you are in the middle of your weekly rest, and if someone from the authorities just go there and try to check you, you have to break your rest time, as the control itself is working time, because you cannot do whatever you want, so it's not rest anymore, so it's break. And let's say you take, for instance, 30 hours. You want to take 30 hours reduced weekly rest. Is it legal? Yeah, of course it's legal, because you can take the reduced weekly rest in the vehicle. And let's say after 21 hours you started your break, so you have 21 hours rest. When someone just walks there, authority, and they want to check you, what do you have to do? You have to change the activity on the tachograph, because that's a control anyway, so that will be working time. So that means if they really want to control whether you take your regular weekly rest in the cab or not, they will interrupt your legal reduced weekly rest just to do the control. So that's a nice question. If they really want to catch you, they have to do the control illegally, because otherwise they will interrupt your legal weekly rest. So that's it, guys. That's a good question. That's the mobility package. We have to learn these regulations, and we need more answers, as you see. So nothing we can do, just create more questions, just try to figure out the good answers, the best answers. And that's what I really want here. So don't forget to subscribe, join the transport community today, and in this case you won't miss any new answers. Keep your money in your wallet. Do not pay any unnecessary fines. Don't forget to share this video if this is useful. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. If you would like to support our work, please subscribe to the Pro package. You can do so on the Transport Community website, which is www.transportcommunity.eu, and then pick the membership levels page and pro monthly or pro yearly plan, which is less than €7.5 per month. But of course, as you see here, you have 3 days trial, which is completely free. But if you are over the 3 days and still not satisfied, I give you 100% money back guarantee. Join the transport community today and keep your money in your wallet. Enjoy trucking and don't be afraid of the law.